guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Faye. Thank you so much for stopping by and clicking on today's review. I really hope that you enjoy it and find it helpful. If you do, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe to my channel down below by clicking on the red button. You guys already know the drill. It will add you to my fam here on YouTube, and also make sure that you turn on your notifications so that you will get notified every time that I upload a future video, because lately YouTube has been trying to play me, and I know sometimes some of you guys are not seeing when I post, so make sure you click that bell and turn on your notifications. That way you'll know each and every time that I post a new video. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on the new Colourpop times Shayla, Makeup Shayla collaboration. This collaboration launched about, I would say maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago now, and I recently got all of my products in the mail. I did go ahead and order the full collection because, you know, we gotta support our women, especially our women of color out here doing big things. All of our women, but specifically because I'm a woman of color, I gotta support my other women of color out here making moves. So I went ahead and purchased the entire collection, and of course, as soon as it came in, I wanted to make sure that I jumped on here and did a review for you guys of the entire collection so that you guys can decide what, if anything or everything, you might want to purchase. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this intro because I want to jump right into the demo of me applying all of the products. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the demo. Alright guys, so I have got all of my Colourpop times Makeup Shayla stuff right here, ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes, and then we'll jump in with the eyeshadow palette. So as usual, I'm going to be using my MAC paint pot in the shade Laying Low. Okay, so my eyes are primed, and I did go ahead and set my primer with a translucent setting powder, just like a loose face setting powder, just to set that in place. And we're going to go ahead and jump in with the Perception eyeshadow palette. First of all, Shayla, you did that on the packaging. I don't think I've ever seen anything that looks as gorgeous as this. And I'm obsessed with like the rose gold and how it just like has that reflect to it. This is beautiful packaging. And then it does have the names of all the shadows on the back, but of course it has the names of the shadows as well on the inside of the palette. And there's also a really nice size mirror on the inside as well. So I think to start off this look, I'm not really sure where I want to go with it. These really like beautiful bronzy shades right here are calling my name, but I feel like that's like my typical go-to. And also, let me apologize if you guys can hear any sounds in the background. It is so hot in this room, so I have the window open behind me. If it starts to get too noisy, then I may switch to a voiceover, but otherwise, hopefully the noise will stay to a minimum. But I typically gravitate towards those warm, kind of shimmery shadows, so I think I might try to stay away from those and try to do something more along this little area over here. So we'll see what happens. But I think I'm going to start off with the shade Culture, which is this shade right here. And I'm just going to buff that in the crease just to kind of start to give ourselves a little bit of a transition. And the brush that I'm using is the Morphe E23 to apply this to the crease. Okay, so that applied extra beautifully and flawless like butter in the crease. So next up, I think I want to go in with another matte shade. I'm going to go in with the shade Revenge right here, and I'm just going to buff that a little bit lower but still in the crease to start to create a little bit more dimension. And I'm also going to continue using the same brush, the Morphe E23. Okay, so that shade was a lot more pigmented than I expected, so I'm going to go in with a big fluffy blending brush. This one is by Sonia Kashuk, and I'm just going to blend out the edges. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and cut and carve out my crease, and per usual, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. So I'm just going to pick this up on a flat brush and go ahead and carve out that crease. Okay, so next up I'm going to dip into the shade Sassy, which is this shade right here. It's like a beautiful duochrome, like tealish, brownish, purple shade. It's really pretty. So I'm going to pick that up on a flat shader brush and I'm going to apply that pretty much all over my entire lid, but I'm going to leave the inner corner open and the outer corner open. Okay, so I'm going to apply a little bit of Fix Plus, not because this shadow needs it, but just because I just want to see. I just want to see what's going to happen. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of shadow on my brush and spray it with Fix Plus. Yep. That made it even more pigmented, which I figured. This shadow is so pretty. Okay, so now that I have that color applied, I'm going to go in with Played Out, which is this dark brown right here, and I'm going to apply that to the outer corner. So if you wanted to, you could turn this into a halo eye and take that same shade that we put on the outer corner and put it on the inner corner. But I want to use a couple more shades in the palette, so I'm going to go in with the shade September, which is this beautiful purple shade right here, and I'm going to apply that to the inner corner of my eye. Alright guys, so this is what we're looking like on the eyes so far. I'm really liking how it's slowly but surely starting to come together. So I'm going to apply my liner and lashes and possibly my brows, and then I'll be back to go ahead and finish up the face and the rest of my eyes. Alright guys, so I went ahead and filled in my brows and applied my lashes. Now these lashes are a lot more dramatic than anything that I'm used to wearing, but I did want to kind of try out something different. So these lashes are the Lily lashes in the shade Mykonos. I've heard so many people talk about how much they love these, so I wanted to try them out today. We'll see how I feel about them once the full look is complete, because right now they're like kind of super dramatic. But for my brows, I used the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Shape and Fill, and I used the two shades Brunette and Dark Brunette to fill in my brows. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and do my face makeup, and I do want the majority of this video to be focused on the Shayla x Colourpop collaboration. So I'm going to kind of speed through and not do a talk through of the products that I'm applying to my face, just so we can kind of speed through that process and get back to what we're here for. Alright guys, so my face makeup is on and my memory card did get full, so while that was dumping on my computer, I went ahead and finished up my lower lash line, and I pretty much just used all of the exact same shades that I used on my upper lid on my lower lid. So I used the same transition colors. I put those down first. In the outer corner, I used that dark brown that we used up here, and then I faded it in with a little bit of this shade that we have on the middle. I brought the purple all the way around and then into the inner corner, and then I did add on top as a highlight for my inner corner this shade right here called Unbothered. This one right here, a very beautiful inner corner highlight. So I just popped that right on top of that purple, and it just kind of gave it that extra little pop for the inner corner. And for my lash line, I used this purple eyeliner. This is by Pixie. This is their Endless Silky Eye Pen, and this one is in the shade Velvet Violet. So I put that on the inner rim of my eye, and then of course finished off my lashes with some mascara. So now that we have all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the next product, which is these highlighters right here. So Shayla also came out with two loose highlighters, and they are in the shades Booming and Pose. Alright, so we have Boomin' right here, which looks like a really beautiful kind of coppery bronze shade. And then we have, no wait, sorry, this one is Pose. So the coppery bronze is Pose. And then Boomin' is the gold, kind of like, not really champagne-ish gold, but pretty much mostly gold highlight. So I'm going to apply both of these to my face so that you guys can see the color. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Boomin' first, and I'm going to use my Anastasia A23 highlighter brush. So I'm just going to dip it in there, and I'm going to kind of swirl it around in the cap just so that it is evenly distributed on the brush. And we're gonna apply that to this side of my face. Yes. This one is popping. So this one, I might have said, I don't remember what I said. I keep getting confused. I keep wanting to call this one Boomin'. I don't know why. But this one is Pose. So this one that I just put on, the bronzy, coppery one, is Pose. And it is gorgeous. Okay, so I wiped off my brush, and now on this side of my face, we're going to apply, let me make sure, Boomin' on this side. Ooh, girl. She did that with these highlighters. These are gorgeous. Okay, so here's Boomin' on this side. And then here is Pose on this side. I actually really like both of them. I think depending on whatever kind of look it is that you're doing, both of them could work. So now I'm just gonna mix the two of them together so that we'll have the same thing on both sides, and then we'll jump into the lip products. So last but not least, Shayla came out with 4 lip products. She came out with 3 lipsticks and 1 gloss, and this is, I'm pretty sure, the Ultra Glossy Lip. Yeah, Ultra Glossy Lip. So we have the shades Come On Sis, Ooh, and Quickie. And then for the gloss, we have Neat Freak. So here are the swatches. So right here we have Come On Sis. Then we have Ooh. And then over here we have Quickie. And then on the end, I'm not sure if you guys can see. Oh, there you go. We have the gloss in Neat Freak. And the gloss is actually really unique. It's like a golden, like rose gold champagne color. But then it has these reflects of like pink and green and gold. It's like really, really pretty. It's gorgeous. So I'm definitely going to put the gloss on top of one of these shades. I'm thinking, what do I want to do? I'm thinking that I'm going to mix Come On Sis and Quickie and then top it with the gloss. So let's see how that works out. So I'm going to start off by lining my lips with MAC's Cork Lip Liner. Okay, next I'm going to go in with Come On Sis right on top of that. And this shade is super pigmented, so I don't want to do too much. And then we're going to go in with Quickie right on top of that. Okay, so this is what we're looking like so far, and to finish it off, I'm going to go in with this gorgeous gloss. And I was watching one of Shayla's videos recently where she was using her collection, and one thing that she suggested, because she mentioned with these new glosses, sometimes it can be hard to get a good bit of product out. So she said what she does is she dips it in there a couple of times and puts it on the back of her hand like this. And then she just scoops it up on the wand and then applies it to her lips. So I thought that was a good tip. So as you can see, I'm doing the exact same thing. And then to finish everything off, I'm just going to set my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Alright guys, so this is the full final look, what the whole situation is looking like. I have to say that I am obsessed with the way that this came out. I'm very happy that I decided to steer away from my typical neutral, warm shadows, warm looks, and kind of play around with a little bit of color for today's look, because I am obsessed with the way that this came out. I think it is gorgeous. And yeah, so enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into the details of all of the products that I have on my face, my thoughts and opinions and all of that good stuff. So first up, let's start with the product that I started out with, which was the eyeshadow palette. This is what the palette looks like. As I mentioned earlier in the demo, I'm obsessed with the packaging of this entire collection. She killed it on the packaging. It's so chic and just honestly so Shayla in my opinion. I absolutely love it. I love it. End of story. I love it. So this eyeshadow palette comes with 16 shades, which I think is pretty good for a collaboration or for you know, a collection. To come out with an eyeshadow palette with 16 shades, I think that's pretty bomb. I'm so happy that Colourpop allowed her to do that because I don't have any palettes in my collection that look like this. So for that reason in and of itself, I feel like this palette is worth it because I have so many eyeshadow palettes and I don't have anything with this combination of colors. So absolutely love the colors that she chose for this palette. It does come with a mirror, as you can see. And this eyeshadow palette does retail for $23. And of course, on the inside, you have a really nice mixture of matte and shimmer shades. And as you guys saw in the demo, I did wet my brush with this shadow right here on the top. And it did give me a really nice foiled metallic look to the shadow when I wet it with Fix Plus. So I'm pretty sure you could probably do that with all of the shimmers in this palette. So you kind of have a little bit of versatility between having just a regular straight shimmer powder shadow and really making it that like bam in your face, vibrant, metallic looking eyeshadow. So you have a little bit of room to play around with these shadows. And yeah, this eyeshadow palette, honestly, I feel like if you get anything from the collection, this is going to be the best bang for your buck because you're paying like a little over like $1 per eyeshadow and you get so many great shades. I mean, you can do so many looks with this. So many, from day to night to every day to going out. Like there's so much that you can do with this palette. So in my opinion, this is the best bang for your buck, the best bargain, and the thing that I would recommend out of the entire collection if you had to just pick one thing. Okay, so next up in the collection are the loose highlighters, and they look like this. These retail for $7 each, and there are 2 shades. Obviously, she came out with 2 of them. So you have the shade Pose, which is a more coppery, bronzy highlight, and then you also have the shade Boomin', which is more of like your golden, slightly champagne, but mostly golden highlight. I really like both of these. I think that both of these work on my skin tone in particular. However, if you are darker than me or, you know, several shades darker than me, then I would recommend the shade Pose because that bronzy kind of rose gold highlight will look beautiful on your skin tone. And then if you are a little bit lighter or a couple shades lighter than me, then I would recommend the shade Boomin' because I think that kind of golden champagne highlight really looks good across a lot of different skin tones. And I've also heard Shayla mention that if you are of a lighter complexion and you pick up the shade Pose, you could also use it as a bronzer topper if it's a little bit too dark for you to use as a highlight. So I did really like the both of these. They were very pigmented, as you can see. I mean, my highlight is popping. And I also liked that they applied to the skin really smoothly. I didn't have any problems at all applying them to my face. I'm usually not a big fan of loose highlighters, but this one may have changed my mind because it looks beautiful on the skin. It applied beautifully to the skin. It doesn't look chunky, or it just looks smooth and buttery and just booming. So I definitely recommend both of the highlighters as well. Depending on your skin tone or your preference, you can kind of pick and choose which one you would prefer. But I personally am very happy that I went ahead and picked up both of them because I do feel like I will get a lot of use out of both of the shades. So last but not least, we have the lip products, and I did a couple of swatches for you guys in the actual demo as I was trying to figure out what I was going to put on my lips for this look. But as you guys know, she did come out with 3 lipsticks and 1 lip gloss. The lipsticks retail for $7 each, and like I said, there are 3 shades. So you have the shade Come On Sis, which is like a rosy kind of mauve pink shade. Then you have the shade Quickie, which is going to be your basically nude shade, but it's like a brown nude, which I'm very happy that she decided to lean that way, because for my skin tone in particular, brown nudes are going to complement me the best. And then last but not least, we have the shade Ooh, and this one is going to be your true peach toned lipstick, like a true peach lipstick. It is beautiful, perfect for spring, perfect for summer. Really, all three of these shades are perfect for spring, perfect for summer. They apply to the lips super creamy, super pigmented, very comfortable, and you can definitely mix the three of these shades together to create different little lip concoctions and different shades to personalize or kind of create different shades that will go with whatever look you create. So I think these are three really great, just all around kind of staple shades that will go with a bunch of different skin tones. So I think she did a really great job with this. And then last but not least, we have the gloss, which is in the shade Neat Freak. And honestly, I don't really have anything bad to say about anything in this collection. I love the gloss as well. I love the packaging on the gloss. I like that it's clear and you can see the color. I love this rose gold cap and just the rose gold detailing on the bottle. I love that it kind of has those like paint splashes similar to the way that the palette, the decor on the palette, and even the fact that like the lipsticks are rose gold, the cap on this is rose gold, the splashes on the palette are rose gold, like the writing on, I mean, she really thought about the packaging. She thought about how everything would kind of look together. Just very, I mean, the whole collection is just gorgeous. But anyway, back to the gloss. This does retail for $6. And let me actually look on the website for a good description of this gloss, because I don't really know the best way to describe it. So on the website, they describe this as a peachy champagne with pink and gold glitter. So that is a very good description. That's exactly what this is. A peachy champagne gloss with reflex of pink and gold glitter. But honestly, like I can even see like green and blue. This gloss just all around is a gorgeous gloss. I think this will be beautiful on its own. And then of course, as you guys know, I have it on top of the lipsticks and it looks beautiful that way as well. So this is a great just universal gloss, like I said, to be worn on its own or as a lip topper on top of liquid lipsticks or other lipsticks to kind of give them that glossy look. Alright guys, so that is going to bring us to the end of my review on the Colourpop times Shayla collaboration. Like I've already said, I literally have nothing bad to say about this collaboration. I think she did a great job from the packaging to the pigmentation to the quality. I mean, she killed it. She killed it. So as of right now on the website, I do see that everything is sold out. So kudos to you, Shayla, on selling out your entire collection. Congratulations. That is such an amazing accomplishment. But I do know that she did also mention that they will be restocking very, very soon. So I did want to go ahead and post this video for you guys. So if any of you are on the fence about purchasing some of the products, or if you got your hands on some of the products in the first launch and you're kind of considering getting more in the second launch, I wanted to go ahead and post this for you guys, the full collection, so that you guys can see it on me, see it on my complexion, and hopefully that will help you to decide whether or not you want to either pick it up or pick up more to add to the items that you've already purchased. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and let me know. And yeah, let me know down below if you've picked up this collection, what your favorite products are, or just from watching this video, what products you plan to pick up. And that's all that I have for you guys. So thanks again so much again for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you very soon in my next one.